Hello, everybody. This is Buckeye's Battle Crime live here with my Uncle Fred. How you doing today, Fred?
I'm doing great.
Awesome, awesome. Why don't you tell the viewers how you became an Ohio State fan and your fandom in general?
I'm born and bred. I was born in Columbus, Ohio,
Yes.
and as a kid, we'd watch the games or listen to the games back then.
Oh,
No
that's cool.
TV right away. Um, I don't think we had a TV until '52, and got the. That's one of that I remember was the Snow Bowl, but most people don't want to remember that game anyway.
Well, it cost the coach's job, and then we got Woody, so
Yeah.
it was decent. I have a couple questions for you today. First and foremost, is Ryan Day on the hot seat for 2024, in your opinion?
He shouldn't be. I mean, how do you put a person who's won at least 11 games every year? Uh, his percentage is still very strong. I, every coach has a. You can't have all winning seasons. It just
Right.
doesn't.
A lot of fans are irate that he's lost 3 in a row to Michigan, but that happens. Even Woody lost 3 in a row to end his tenure at Ohio State, 76 through 78.
That's correct. Uh, See, and not only that, but think of poor Harbaugh who lost to Ohio State. Well, think of Michigan lost almost 10 straight.
Yep.
And so it's part of football.
It's an important game, and it's an important game to Ohio State, but it's not, and I say this lightly and carefully, if you're going 11-1 each season and you're losing to Michigan, you should never be on a hot seat.
No.
So, what are your thoughts on Ryan Day's career thus far through 5 seasons? He's been the coach here now 5 years.
Well, naturally being a true Buckeye, I felt that 2023 was a weaker season because they weren't blowing people out the way Buckeye fans think they should. But I go with Woody when he says a win is a win is a win.
Yes.
But it's kind of you'd rather see them winning the whole game rather than having to pull it out at the last second.
Absolutely true. And I think his record is something like 56-9, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Hot seat, really? Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so either. I'm with you, Fred. I'm with you. I'm in agreement. Another question I have is this. What are your expectations for the 2024 season with a lot of Ohio State starters returning and choosing to come back for one more run?
Yeah. Well, that has me encouraged, definitely. Hearing that, and at first I thought, some of the ones that were leaving was quite disappointing.
Sure.
But to hear that a lot of, or a majority of the ones that could have left are coming back, that's encouraging. And then I hear the recruiting has been very good, and
Very good.
Day has been good at recruiting.
Yes, elite.
So I'm encouraged about 2024.
One last question for you before we jump off here on the channel. Excuse me, I'm getting over the flu here. What are your predictions, I guess, for the 24 season? What do you think will happen for Ohio State? It's hard to predict, but what do you think?
Well, you've put me on the hot seat. I'm too much of a conservative or what. I don't predict because
Sure.
I would think then maybe I'd jinx them.
Yeah, superstitious.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is hard.
I know they'll go to. I should say this with all sincerity: they'll go to a bowl game.
Yes.
Uh,
Michigan loses a lot. Will they break the streak?
Well,
It's in Columbus
I would
too.
like to see it go back to the Woody years where it was well distributed. In
Yes.
other words, we'd win one or two, and they'd win one or two. And,
Yeah. Back and forth.
Back and forth. I mean, that's football, but
Yes.
I'm not a favorite of streaks, long streaks, because even talking about Alabama or Georgia and some of their streaks are, you'd want to see things on an even keel.
Sure. I actually thought of one more question here, kind
One
of on the
more.
fly.
Okay.
You might have to charge me for your time.
Yeah.
What did Michigan winning the national championship mean to you as a Buckeye fan? How did that affect you, or did it in any way?
I had mixed emotions. Naturally, as like Woody, he hated Michigan, but the way I look at every season,
Yeah.
uh, I want Ohio State and Michigan to be well matched when they meet. So I mean, I like to see them do well,
Yeah.
and then when we beat them, like we beat a good team.
Yes.
And we could have beat them this time, but hey, you know,
We were close, 37 yards away, I think.
Yeah.
Interception. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
All right, Fred. Well, thank you for your time today.
You're welcome.
Say go Bucks, and we'll get out of
Check in the
here.
mail.
Check will be forwarded to you later.
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Bye now.